Hey, it's the 23rd of February. I'm not sure which one of my vlogs this is. I've done quite a few now, I think. It's a Wednesday today, so I had an early start in the morning, 9 o'clock, which I've complained about in the past, and I'm going to complain about again. It was my seminar on James VI and First, and this week we were doing it about the year of 1603 and the Union itself, which is when James ascended to the English throne, and then became the composite monarch of all the various parts of Great Britain. Quite an interesting topic, but I was sort of really shattered because I stayed up far too late last night, so I wasn't quite as active in the discussion as I usually could have been. I basically just suffered through it and stared a lot at a roof tile thing that had come out, because that is how much I pay attention in my seminars. I'm so gonna fail everything. After that I went back to my flat and did some reading for my essays, which are coming up far faster than I was anticipating. My deadlines are 2 weeks on Monday, and I'm not anywhere near the point that I should be at. But, I work great with deadlines. It's something about the adrenaline, I guess. Following my reading, it's a Wednesday, so it's my little tradition of meeting my little sister at the TV Sweet Shop, where we get little bags of sweeties, which I'm going to call a pick and mix, especially for Crickets on LiveJournal. I apparently amused her and reminded her of Nathan from Misfits when I did that last time, which is a very nice person to be compared to, but I don't think I can achieve quite the glorious levels of accent as Nathan does. But yeah, I got my little pick and mix, which is here now in a little red bag this time. Exciting stuff. And then we headed for a cup of tea before I headed back to my flat for even more reading. How exciting is my life? My flatmate Eva was out babysitting this evening, so I had the flat to myself, which I indulged in by downloading the 80s movie Poltergeist and watching that, which is, I don't know what the opposite of the word phallic is, but it was very vagina-centric. There's all these scenes that are like birthing parallels and people walking around covered in discharge-looking goo. I mean, I don't even know. It's one of those things where I have no idea what's going on, I just know it's dirty. I'm on this, I think I've mentioned before, I'm on this challenge at the moment to watch a ton of classic horror movies, so that was why I was watching Poltergeist, which again wasn't as scary as I was expecting. I feel like I've built all these movies up in my mind so much because I'm convinced I'm going to be living in terror after I've watched them. Poltergeist did have a very, very, very scary doll in it. I don't like dolls, so that bit did genuinely make me jump quite a bit, but the other bits I could handle a lot better than I thought I could. For the purposes of my little quest, I've started up this new blog, which is wimpdoeshorror.blogspot.com, and I'll include a little link down there somewhere, where I'll basically be putting up little reviews and rambles about the various movies that I'm going to be watching. I imagine it will be something like these vlogs, where it's a sort of stream of consciousness peer into my little mad brain. But if you want to check out my reviews, then you can. I think that's all I have to say, to be honest. My day wasn't very exciting, and I've stayed up far too late because it's now 10 to 1 in the morning, and I have work in the morning, so I'm going to be turning up very, very tired. Have a good night, have a good day, have a good whatever you want, and I will vlog tomorrow.